Was the moon landing even real? Was there a third shooter on the grassy knoll for the JFK assassination? Are Botox and smallpox related at all? Did the NFL secretly take into consideration the Taylor Swift tour to enable her to see more Travis Kelce's games? The NFL schedule release is historic, and not historic in a good way. And we're going to break down how that might actually end up hurting the Denver Broncos, make them have a much bigger uphill climb than we had thought upon initially looking at the schedule. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ben. I'm a diehard Denver Broncos fan. Helps me out a lot if you like the Broncos. If you would like and subscribe, and let's dive right in. So we're going to break down an incredible article that was then digitized and put into Twitter thread by Warren Sharp, and I've heard him on a number of radio spots, and he's just like a nerdy football analyst, and I love how he does this. And what he has found is that this year's NFL schedule is historic, and historic in a way that really prioritizes us as fans having great football games on in every single slot each Sunday. It is a fantastic thing to turn on a Thursday night football game and not have it be the Panthers against the Buccaneers or just two hot garbage teams. And so what has ended up happening is that by prioritizing fans having great games, which is awesome as a TV product, what it ends up doing is very disproportionately favoring some teams and hurting others, because truly we know that the NFL schedule and your opponents is totally determined by your strength of schedule and where you finished the year past. So because of where the Denver Broncos finished, our opponents were already set for us. But who we play is set. Where we play and when we play is determined here by the NFL. And what they have done this year for one of the first times is they have looked at it more as prioritizing the TV product rather than prioritizing parity and fairness for all NFL teams. And, I don't truly know, is that a good thing? That's probably a good thing to keep growing more football fans, but it's a bad thing when your team is the team that gets hosed. And so we're going to look at this, and then I'm going to kind of react and tell you what I think this means for the Denver Broncos. And I can't wait to read all your comments and hear what you all think about this. And so what we see in this article is that essentially, it started off with it's not Roger Goodell necessarily who is the one making these decisions, although he is certainly involved, but it's Mike North, the vice president of broadcast planning. And what he said is that it is essentially an art, not a science, deciding where those 272 games go in the schedule. And so now we know we got Netflix vying for it. We got Peacock. We've got the Thursday night game. We have Christmas Day games. We have all these different empty slots. And what he is trying to do is prioritize the fan experience, saying, we want the Chiefs here. That's a primetime team. We want, there's even rumors out there that the NFL maybe even said like, hey, it's good for football ratings if Taylor Swift goes to a game. She's got a tour in Canada. Let's schedule the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs at the week that Taylor's doing her concert there. So it's an easy little jaunt for her to go watch her boyfriend Travis. So again, it's great for ratings, which when ratings are great, it helps our salary cap. But what hurts is that it puts you at disadvantages in several ways that Warren Sharp breaks down in this article super, super well. And so let's dive into kind of some of those disadvantages. So for the first time, what we're going to have for the first time in NFL history is that we are going to have a massive change between how many rest days a team has in an advantage and then how many rest days a team has at a disadvantage. So you have the San Francisco 49ers absolutely got hosed by this NFL schedule release, meaning that they are at a negative 21-day net rest advantage. They are playing 3 teams off of their bye week, meaning that 3 times they're going to play a team that has had 7 extra days to rest, 7 extra days to prepare, to look at film, to get healthy. And that is crazy. And then on the other side of that, you have the Baltimore Ravens, who are having a 37 days of extra rest over their opponent. And so that is just crazy. That's a 37-day swing. So the Baltimore Ravens have 16 days of extra rest over their opponents, where the 49ers have 21 less days than their opponents. So a 37-day swing, which is crazy when our season in the NFL season is only a 4-month season. And so he just goes in and he breaks down very clearly. Last year, he broke down the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, and games in which the 49ers or games in which the Chiefs played a team at a rest disadvantage, they were 2-2, meaning like, and one of those was against a team with a backup quarterback, and so that was like one of their wins. And so having a massive rest disadvantage does hurt you, like that. It shouldn't be. We've heard tired legs in the NBA. You see Jamal Murray come out and ball out of control when he had 3 days rest. And so when you have a different amount of time that you get to prep and rest and get guys healthy, that puts you at a crazy, crazy disadvantage. And so we'll just look here. A couple more things I wanted to highlight out of this article that was just crazy was the historic nature of that. And so we know the Denver Broncos are right here. So we are not the worst, but we are very, very close to the worst, and we are the second to worst team as far as the rest disadvantage that we're going to have. Sorry, I was resizing the window. So we see the San Francisco 49ers are going to have 21 days less rest. So here it is. They are playing teams 3 times who are coming off their bye, and then 3 times off of those mini buys. And so that could be because they're playing a team like a Thursday night game. That's going to be that, or it could be they're playing a team the week after they play the Thursday night game, if that makes sense. So for the Denver Broncos, we know, luckily, we only have to play a team off of their bye week 1 time, and that's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. And then we're going to play them 3 times off of little mini buys, and then we are going to play one team. My guess is that this is going to be, we're playing a team off of that Christmas Day thing right here. And then twice we have rest advantages. So that's going to be our bye week or a team on another short week. So I think, there have been certainly times in Broncos history where we've had our schedule just teed up for us. And I think of last year, man, all we had to do is beat the New England Patriots at home. They were on a shorter week with a bunch of injured guys. All we had to do was beat them at home when we make the playoffs. You would say that schedule lined up perfectly. We didn't meet the challenge, and then there have been other times when we have, had a difficult schedule and we've outperformed it. And so what are you all thinking after just seeing this breakdown from Warren Sharp? I think the other interesting thing here is looking at New England Patriots that, look at this, a total blank slate. They never have to play a team off of a bye. They never have to play a team off of a mini bye. And look at their rest disadvantage and advantage and how that plays out. And it seems to me that Robert Kraft and Goodell have kind of repaired that relationship. And so that is going to be, are they trying to get the Patriots back to relevance after them being one of the worst teams in football last year? This is truly setting the table for them to do much better than they did last year. I am excited to see several of our AFC opponents are in the same boat with us with the Vegas Raiders. They got to play off. They have to play a team off of their bye once, and they do have this here where they have 8 days to prep for a team. So that's a huge advantage for them. Looking at the Chargers, I'm also encouraged because they get this 7-day rest advantage here by playing us off of their bye, but then they also have that on the other side where they're going to have to do that. That might actually be, that's actually LA Rams. So here, this is the Chargers down here. So they're in almost as bad of a boat as we are. So here they're playing. They have several disadvantages there. Plus they have a lot more flight time, which is going to play against them as well. So very curious if this is making, is this some nerdy guy doing all the programming, or do you think this actually will make a difference this upcoming year? Warren Sharp has usually been really spot on in his analysis, so it will be definitely interesting to see. Until next time, giddy up.